Well, good
Oh
evening,
my God.
friends and fans. I don't even know how to start the show because I wasn't really planning to be here like 3 days ago. Now we're here, and sort of the unthinkable happened. The unthinkable 4 days ago has happened. Shayne, Stefi, welcome to the post game. It's Habs tonight. It's Monday night, and the Montreal Canadiens have just beaten the Toronto Maple Leafs Game 7 after being down 3-1 in the first round of the Stanley Cup Finals 2021. I'm just putting as much as I can. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Amazing. What a night.
What a night. And it started off that first period. I'd just like to recap really quick while people join the stream, and welcome tonight to Habs Tonight. If you're a first-time viewer, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure that you stick around, and we take callers. We'll be here for at least an hour. But the first period started off like real playoff hockey. It was no one was going to make a mistake. And then, I don't know, second period, just things just changed. They changed completely. Shayne, maybe tell me how you were reacting to the game as it started getting to that point of like, assertion. It seemed like the Habs are ready to take the game on and take this opportunity and win a Game 7.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of ironic. Like you just said, the second period was our best period, and usually the second kills us. That's the killer right there. So, we pulled out all the stops in Game 7, made the second period our period, and that's all we needed, right? We needed to play 3 periods. That's what we did.
Yeah. Stefi, where were you at in your emotional roller coaster of this game?
Yeah, I agree with Shayne. I was really scared going into the second because that hasn't been our strong suit. At the beginning, like it's almost not enjoyable how much anxiety like comes for these playoff games. It's so hard to watch. Anything can happen. But yeah, after that strong second, again, I wasn't comfortable given the results of Game 5 and 6. But like you said, the first period was a classic playoff game. And then the third, they just shut them down. And it does suck that Price can get the shutout, but he is the reason that we won.
100%. And we're going to ask callers tonight who you think the MVP of this series was other than Carey Price. I'm automatically giving it to him. I don't care what you think.
There's no question.
But the party started with Gallagher scoring. Like, of all people, we talked about in the pregame and on cans, and I know Nick has been basically like the Nostradamus of hockey predictions. Like, Gallagher scores. Could there have been a more fitting sequence to Ollie Gallagher to open up the scoring in this game?
He was due. It was a matter of time, right? And me and Nick discussed it on Autour de la Ligue today, if people watched it. I said that Gallagher was going to get one, and he got the first one, actually. So, it was bound to happen. He didn't have a bad series per se. The puck just didn't go in. So today, sniped it between the legs. That's all you need, baby.
And I love how he looks to shoot every chance he gets. No matter what, if he's at a sharp angle, anything, he looks to shoot. And sometimes it goes in like this. So that was just the perfect start. And yeah, definitely got us going.
You could tell his motor just became more finely tuned as the series went on. So things started off a little rough for him in the series. Obviously, conditioning, as Dale has alluded to on the show, you just can't jump into hockey several weeks, recovering from a broken hand, no less, and then, come in and score goals and, do the things that Gallagher typically does, very physical. And here he is. He finally notches one. And this can only bode well for whatever's left of these playoffs. We're not going to get too carried away. We're just going to deal with what happened tonight. But and then the rest of the period goes in a bunch of directions, which work in our favor. And then we go into another third period with a 2-0 lead. And I just thought that the team had a plan going into the third period. I know they were outshot, but they seemed to be far more aggressive than they were in Game 6 and not really letting Toronto back in. Can we just talk about Deneau for a minute and just about
he was on fire.
Yeah, was that a little Deneau clap?
Yeah, he deserves it tonight.
Very polite clap.
Well deserved. Yeah, and I think Matthews at the end, where they're shaking the hands, they talked for quite a while. I mean, Deneau is one of the many reasons that why Matthews didn't do much. He had 1 goal this series, and that's the best goal scorer in the league. You hold him down to 1 goal. That's huge. So, Danault doesn't make the flashy plays. He doesn't get all the goals, but he does the important work, which is shut down the big boys.
He was great on D too, just getting a stick in there or blocking a shot. I noticed him so many times in the defensive zone. But yeah, like you were saying about the third period too, I didn't even mind Ducharme was mixing up the lines like crazy, but obviously they were focused more defensively, and it was working because everyone was just giving their every last bit of energy they had.
Yeah.
Don't know replace Plekanec.
Well
just a couple other kind of. He doesn't have the little. Actually, he does kind of little goatee thing. Oh, thanks, Alyssa. So happy for you too. I'm sorry about your team, but there's a lot of great hockey yet to be played. You know what? Like, they just played harder. I feel like they played harder, and there's a few people that stood out for me tonight. I mean, honestly, when you win a game 7 like this, it was actually a pretty close game. I don't think it's hard to point out people who played better than others. You could see it in spots that different people contributed. Cole Caulfield, I mean, the guy actually plays defense. You could see him tying up Marner a bunch of times. And you could see Marner was getting really frustrated. I live in Toronto, as many of you know, and Marner, I feel like, might have the most questions to answer after the series. Honestly,
I feel bad for him.
Honestly. I said I felt bad for Leafs fans in the last show, and I got skewered. I'll let you.
Okay. Yeah, he looked like it kind of just looked like he wasn't in the game the whole time, though. He missed a net, and he was so mad at himself, and he kind of took himself out of it. So yeah, I don't know if it's frustration but no, yeah, like you said, it was
the size. I mean, just the size differential at some point. I mean, we got a little guy in Cole Caulfield, and that much bigger. But
and Marner's one of the best players. Like,
yeah. But what's Marner have to do like to contribute in a playoff series? Like, grow 2 inches and put on.
I'm sure he's asking himself the same question. But just to touch on the key players, I really found Ben Sherratt stood out tonight. Just in the physicality side too, after every play, he would be like wincing on the bench in pain. He'd come back the next shift and do another amazing defensive play, a big hit or a good stick. And he was just like, he's a huge part of the win tonight too.
Yeah.
To follow up on that, aside from the bad penalty there, to me, it was Shea Weber, captain. He had a crazy game tonight. He was skating like no other. I'd never seen him go that fast, honestly. So it was nice to see. But I got his stat line on my side here. He was +2, 3 shots on goal, 4 hits, 25 minutes ice time. Like, he showed up. He's supposed to be our number 1 D man, and he was tonight. I really liked his game.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that penalty at the end? I mean, he was just being aggressive, I think, and just trying to.
That happens all game. It happens all game. I get it. Maybe a makeup call on the stall one. Like, I like the reffing tonight. I like that they let them play.
Yeah.
Some calls were happening all game, and they decided to call that one, so it's fine. But I'm glad we scored on our power play.
Yeah, I mean, Engvall getting called on that tie-up was clearly like they missed the one on stall, and then they made up for it. I think it was Armia in the front of the net where he slammed the guy with 2 seconds left. That was some really good, I call it referee math. Like, it's just all working out. But yeah, look, I mean, just with respect to penalties, there was no problem there for the Habs in this game. And actually the last game, penalties are what absolutely killed us when we went down in the series. And now it seems like the discipline, or at least the ability to weather the storm when it does come, has improved. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on just the PK or even just the power play, and just what you anticipate going forward is going to be the new model here. If we just went over a bad hump here, or we figured some stuff out.
Well, I'd like to start with the power play, because obviously, we had 1 power play tonight and we scored on it. It was a dirty goal, but it was a goal nonetheless. I mean, you got to take it
rubbed off
as
the Perry, right? Just kind of.
Doesn't matter. Perry's at the right time.
It hurt him a bit. He bent over and he's like, "Oh, damn!" And then he was happy.
He paid the ultimate price.
I bet it felt pretty nice afterwards. But you know what? Like, I feel like we moved the puck better than before. I don't know what changed per se. I can't put my finger on it, but the puck movement is just so much more fluid and fast. I mean, the Gustafsson to who is it? Suzuki to who then shot it, and Perry tipped it. Like, that puck movement was beautiful. And Caulfield started that play, you know, on the boards there. He started the play, passed it to Gustafsson. So, I mean, Gustafsson's another guy that made a big difference in my opinion tonight. But the power play, I don't know. I don't know what changed, but I like it. Can't complain.
I just want to ask you, what were your thoughts on like Caulfield and Gustafsson at the point to start before we scored, obviously? But I was a little nervous with that. I kind of like when they do Petrie Weber, but I know Gustafsson, that's what he's there for. But it worked, obviously. And like you were saying, the passing, Caulfield, I find that's what I noticed most with him too, is the crisp passing. He passes so hard too.
Yeah.
So it finally worked, and hopefully they can keep that going, I guess, against Winnipeg, and maybe use Petrie Weber on the second unit. But if that's their plan, then finally at least we got the goal.
That's it.
Yeah, at least we're in a jam. I mean, Muzzin was out, and they had to basically knock. So Bogosian was on the third pairing with Sandin, and Sandin was a bit of a. I mean, he had a better game, but man, they had really just the domino fell for them on the D end, on the D side today, and it just, again, you can't make excuses. We've had people get knocked in and out of the lineup all year, and frankly, I think that what we saw tonight, if the D can hold together, I mean, to me, that's the biggest part of this team that's sort of going to be struggling in the next game with the minutes they put in. We've had some suggestions here on the chat, you know, that maybe Romanov finally gets a lick, but maybe he does. Maybe this is time that you put him in and just get some fresh legs in there. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, Gustafsson and Kulak both had a lot more time tonight than Game 6. And I think that was smart. Kind of, they had the time early on to keep our top four a bit more rested.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something makes me feel like there's just something more to Romanov that they're not telling us. Like that the reason he's never got into the lineup, especially with the injuries, like Merrill's injured. And so I don't know if there's something more. I think Ducharme is going to just say we're sticking with the winning lineup right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, like, we can't have Weber and Girard taking that much of a beating every single game. It's not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a relief. I mean, this is an obvious statement, but this did not go into overtime. I mean, the started accruing, and then you saw what happened to, you know, coming off a 7-game series into a 4-game series, or sorry, a team that just swept their series. You're looking for trouble, and obviously the Jets are going to be well rested, and you're going to have part of the momentum of this series hopefully carry through into Game 1. You can't have sort of you know, one of these situations where you come in and just get blasted, and you know, you see what happened to VGK the other night. It was just ugly last night with the Avalanche. So
yeah,
we need to figure out a way to beat Hellebuck somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a goaltender series for sure, right? So you've got two guys that have been standing on their head these playoffs thus far, and you're going to have. I mean, we're trying not to turn this into just a Carey Price is the shit thing, but I mean, come on, like everything you could have wanted him to do, he did. Like,
is there a way he was better tonight than Game 6? Even like it was his best game tonight, but it was also his best game every game. Like the way he was just jumping on pucks, he was leaving no net open. Like, I don't know, it's just unreal to watch.
You didn't have to use the glove so much tonight. It's weird. It's like they were trying different stuff, and it's just like he has.
And he like closed the 5-hole too, because that was what they were saying. Let's watch Price's 5-hole, but he was on it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. From us a month or two ago, having fans say, you know, let him sit on the wire and get picked up by the Kraken, and you know, trade him at whatever. That shit's over. Like, okay, you know, you got what you paid for it.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just seeing a lot of. Oh, sorry, Shayne, go ahead.
Well, there's just like I'm looking at the stat sheet on my side here, and there's one number that really pops up, and it's the blocks. We had 13 blocks tonight. They only had 8. But I like, we haven't really been a blocking team in a long time. Like Josh Georges was a big blocker, you know, but ever since him, like we haven't really had many blocking guys. But tonight, like the whole team really gave blocks. I mean, Suzuki had 4 blocks tonight, and he's a center, you know.
Suzuki gets grimy, man.
Crazy.
He does. Yeah. He had a good game tonight.
That was really fun to see. I mean, Weber got 2, Philippe Danault got 2, but 13 blocks. That's how.
Sherrod, how many did Sherrod have?
Sherratt he actually had 0.
He took one off the inside of his foot. I guess they don't count that he was like injured. Anyways.
Oh well, we know he played well. It doesn't matter, but it just goes to prove like, Pricey, is going to save us the game, but we also have to help him, right? Those 13 shots that we blocked help him a lot, and that's just another factor that helped us win tonight.
Just to add to that, the block shots are huge when you if you're going to block it straight on, yes, but like not getting your stick. I know we struggled in that Petrie a bit in game 6, his 2 deflections kind of into the net. And I feel like if Price sees it, he's going to stop it. So we just need to either block it 100% straight on or let Price see it and get out of the way.
That's it.
Yeah. Look, we got it. I think we gotta bring a Nick in for a second. Then we'll bring Rory on. We got lots of callers tonight. We got lots of people. If you're watching tonight, if you're first time, we know we got a lot of new fans and viewers joining us as this team is picking up momentum through the playoffs. Habs Tonight is a fan channel. It's one of our claims to fame, so to speak, is we have Dale Weiss, former NHLer. We can say that because he's going to Sweden next year. He's sort of our go-to guy when we bring in our ex-NHLers and hopefully this season, off-season current NHLers. But lots of great guests on the show, post-games, pre-games. I'm going to bring one of our pre-game hosts on and sometimes post-game hosts, Anik Lemire.
That's
Thanks,
basically all I came on for. So
thank you.
Right before I bring on Rory, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you like this type of content. And we just thanks again for showing up. 442 already on the stream tonight, and that makes us feel real good. Okay, so Rory, you're on the stream. How you doing, my friend? Congratulations.
Hey, how you guys doing? What a game, eh?
What a game, eh?
No, Carey Price comes up. Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you're the guest. What's on your mind?
Carey Price comes up big for us again, and it's a shame some fans put him down during the regular season over a couple of bad games, and he really saves us all the time.
Yeah, no, that's it's you know what, I don't think you'll hear much from those fans for the next little while at least. Yeah. No, it's so what's where are you calling from tonight?
I'm coming from Hamilton.
All right, on. You're not the first. Yeah. We've had many Hamilton callers. There seems to be a pocket of Habs fans. Who was your for the series? Who was your non-Carey Price MVP?
Oh, everybody played well. I think everybody put in their work.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Right, it's a team effort at the end of the day.
Absolutely,
a team wins the cup. A team wins the series, and
100%.
Let's just say Toronto was not much of a team.
No.
Yeah, Jack, you saw Stahl and sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you saw Stahl and Perry stepping up huge at the end there too, and they know what it's like to win, and they know what it's like to work as a team.
A week ago, I said to myself, I think Eric Stahl was gonna have a big game in Game 7. I predicted a Game 7 to myself, and he did 2 assists.
Yeah. Huge.
Jeez, man, if you're a GM and you're watching, I mean, obviously you watch all this, but they call them the graybeards, right? Even Corey Perry, even though he's got just like a little smattering of white facial hair. But yeah, I mean, these guys are so important. You start to realize why you bring them in at the trade deadline, why you sign up for these minimum contracts, and why they want to be there. It's these moments, they relish them.
100%, yeah.
But you see the downside when you see Joe Thornton like barely getting.
I feel bad for Joe. He's a great player, and
Joe's a legend. He's a legend.
Absolutely.
He's 41, I think now, and I'm not too far behind him. But man, I'm not trying to play NHL hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any other thoughts? Like anything that surprised you? Because the complexion of the series changed. Even that first game was like a different team than what happened the last 2 games.
I never lost hope. I knew we could come back and get them a series, and we played a really tough opponent, and we did well. At least on a hard team to beat.
Well, everyone was saying if there's any time, this was the Leafs year. So.
Oh yeah, they always say that, especially around here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, someone made a really good point. There's a farm team in Hamilton. I should have included into that. But it's exciting. I mean, again, we don't want to look too far ahead of this situation, but. We put polls up. I'll bring them up later, but we had some predictions made on our community tab.
Oh, okay.
And, there's some faith faithful people. You weren't the only
Oh
one.
yes, can never
You know?
lose hope on your team.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Winning
So what are
3
you
in a row is
looking forward to with Winnipeg?
I'm looking forward to a fresh start. Maybe we could sweep them. You know, just really stressful. Not really stressful at all. Fresh start.
Yeah. Fresh start. And what do we, other than just letting Carey, be
Rest,
amazing for the rest of the playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it's gonna be a
might
good
be,
series. I'm excited.
no, it's going to be awesome. That's a good team.
Mhm.
All right, Roy, we got a bunch of callers coming in.
All right.
Really
appreciate
appreciate
you
you
guys.
coming in. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
All right.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the win.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
once
guys-
again, live at habsnight.com. It's scrolling at the bottom. I've sent a few links out if you're watching, so just check your email. I've sent you links.
I
Was that
have,
Shane?
I have some parting words. Unfortunately, I have to leave here. But first things first, I have to shout out Brandon on our team. He
Mhm.
kept saying Habs in 7.
Habs in
I died by the
7.
sword. Brandon,
Yep.
we did it, baby. Another message I have is for Leafs fans. If you're a Leafs fan here, please go easy on your players. Like, this is your team after all. Marner and Matthews didn't show up, but just don't be what people think you're gonna be. Okay, be nice, support them. And for Habs fans, let's go, baby.
Let's go. Baby.
Round 2. All right, guys, have a good
All
one.
right, Shane.
Bye,
Have a good night.
Shane.
Enjoy the
Take
victory.
care. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. Win with some grace. Have some humility as a fan.
For sure.
We know that there were some goofy comments made in some of our chats about the series being over and this and that, but this proves that in life nothing's for certain, right? So
Yeah. And as Habs fans, everyone was saying even just getting to game 7 was gravy. Like it was unreal for us to get this far against such a powerhouse team. The Leafs were so good all season. So I mean, Habs fans are definitely going to bed happy tonight.
yeah, I'm not gonna have a hard time sleeping, but so we're just waiting for a few callers to join us. We had quite a few people in the queue here.
Yeah.
Stefi, when's the last time you remember? This is you've been a Habs fan for I'm sure your entire life. You're from Montreal. How does this stack up as far as this isn't like the Cup or anything, but how does this stack up as one of your moments as a Habs fan?
Pretty high. My favorite was wrong side, of course. 2014 Bruins. Yep. I was lucky enough to go to 2 of those games, one in Boston, one in Montreal. I remember that game 7 like it was yesterday, honestly. And I mean, it was that much more sweeter because my brother's a Bruins fan and he flipped the table in the basement, but that was felt like winning the Cup for me. And this year, I mean, I really I believed in the Habs. I didn't know if we could beat the Leafs, but here we are. And I don't know, but honestly, I want more. I want them to really put up a fight against Winnipeg. I don't want to just go out next round.
No, look, I think this team has a bit of a recipe. We got a guest coming in right now, and we'll talk a bit about that.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening. Welcome. This is a return caller.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Wow. I tell you what, the last time I called, which was the first time, I mean, I was so deflated. I remember I was drawing the parallel. Yeah, I was drawing the parallels between, I mean, Game 4, what came before with 2009, and then, I mean, I've never been happier that they proved me totally wrong.
I hear you.
I've been wearing this. I mean, for the last 3 games, I did a bunch of retros here and there, and I guess they worked.
That's amazing.
We had sorry, just remind everyone your name.
Danny.
Danny, that's right. Thanks, Danny. Where are you calling from again?
From Montreal.
Okay. All right. So you're right there in the heart of it. Were people out in your neighborhood getting fired up or what?
I tell you what, I think I've heard 1 or 2 cars making a bit of noise. I mean, expected, fully expected.
Steph, you had a question?
No, I was just gonna say you started wearing your jersey the last 3 games.
Well, I mean, I've been wearing. I would say 6 of the 7 games. I had to wear the Gallagher T-shirt because it was really hot on that day. But I had a bunch of other rituals on the side, not telling about those. But I mean, ever since I've been doing the whole cocktail, it worked. The last 3 games.
I stopped wearing my I was wearing my jersey for the first 4, and I stopped wearing it
Mhm.
for the last 3. So I guess that's the trick now for me. But
Whatever works. Whatever works.
exactly.
Whatever works. What who worked for you other than Carey Price? We're just asking everyone who their team MVP was other than Carey for this series.
For the series, wow, that's
We won't hold you to it. Like just
yeah.
pick someone.
I would say overall, Suzuki was a really good shout because, or even Kotkaniemi, the two of them, they score a bunch of very key important goals.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was
sure.
a bit of a he had to earn sort of his spot back, and here we are seeing everyone who actually did really well last year in the bubble doing what they did there again.
Yeah, they basically picked up,
Yeah.
especially later in the series where they left off.
Yeah.
The young guys earning their spot.
Yeah. And Caulfield, I mean, I still remember in OT in Game 5. I mean, this guy's so intelligent. I mean, whoa.
It's one of your buddies, ripping
a bunch of people running wild outside. Yeah, what I was about to say is that Caulfield. I mean, why I like the way he set up Suzuki on the goal. I mean, it could have been really tempting for him to try to be the hero, take a shot, but he knew that Suzuki on the other side, right-handed guy on the left, that was a perfect one-timer shot.
Yeah.
And it was just incredible. I mean, our kids.
Yeah. Hopefully they can keep it up next series.
I would say we go one game, one period at a time.
Yeah.
You just never know. That's about it. I mean, that's all we can do now in the next round. So.
For
sure.
It's
weird at the end of these series. You think that you've just learned so much about your opponent. You've seen them so much.
Mm-hmm.
Now you really do have to look at what you're up against with Winnipeg and rethink a couple of things before you get caught 0-2 in a series or something. And I think that's probably the one challenge that the coaching staff has is one day turnaround is, okay, like we found the recipe to beat Toronto, but how are we going to beat Winnipeg?
Yeah,
Can we do what we did here and replicate that? Yeah. And we don't necessarily think that Carey can play like that every game. I mean, I shouldn't doubt him, but
he's Superman. He can.
Yeah.
Maybe he is.
But I think that one's going to be a real battle between two goalies.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
I agree. Danny, any last thoughts before we bring on Kim?
I would say no matter what we do, I would for the next series, I say those kids, they have character. They show they have it plenty. They're going to learn more, and they can only improve from now on. I would say the most important is that they carry on, they learn, and in due time, surround them with the right people, and so they can push that thing even higher.
Yep. That's a good message to leave on. Danny, yep. Go Habs, go. Thanks,
pal. Habs, go.
Bye-bye. Go Habs, go.
Bye.
Just left this comment up from Gringo. Good luck the rest of the way, Habs fans, from a Leafs fan. Thank you, Gringo. You know what?
Appreciate that.
We appreciate that. And if we were in your shoes, we would have done the same thing. Okay? Yeah. I actually promise you that we would have. Kim, how you doing?
Hi.
Go Habs, go. I'm absolutely blown away right now. This moment is not real. I can't believe Habs have won the game 7. I'm absolutely blown away. Like, I'm on my toes right now. I'm sweating. I'm like up here. Oh my god.
To win 3 in a row too. Yeah, it seems unreal.
I'm like so happy. I've been texting all my friends and I've been like, guys, you don't understand. All of them are Leafs fan. I told them, you guys better listen to me. Habs are winning. Okay, get that in your brain right now. Oh my god.
Kim, where are you phoning from tonight?
I'm actually in Cali right now.
What?
Oh, nice.
Nice. We had a Connecticut fan last show. And we're in California. You don't have to say too specifically. It was Southern, Northern. I want to know who you should be cheering for, and why you're cheering for the Habs is now a big question on my mind.
Oh no, my family's from Tracy, Quebec, so we're actually Canadian, but we're here visiting right now. So
What? This is going in a different direction. Yeah. So you somehow got down to California and you got to watch hockey in
I'm
sunny California.
absolutely blown away right now. Like,
Yeah.
Habs deserve this. The character win, everything they do. Like, oh my God, I can't even speak. Like, it's amazing. Carey Price deserves everybody's love and support right now. Every Habs fan saying Carey Price was not it. Look at playoff Price right now. Go see how amazing he's doing.
You'd think we'd stop being like blown away by each save, but every save is like, how did he physically do that?
Yeah.
Even
How about you
ESPN
guys?
today was contorting themselves and like trying to describe how he still wasn't an elite top 5 goaltender. And it was just like, do you not realize that the regular season at this point in time doesn't matter anymore? It's over.
Absolutely, yeah. How about you guys? Who's your first star today?
Ooh.
I'd say between
what?
Sherrod and Dano. Sorry, Jane.
No,
Between those two.
Go ahead, Stefi. No, you thought about it a lot harder than I did. I'm
like,
almost
I mean,
feeling
well,
like
first star is Price. I meant like besides
Yeah.
Price, right? Okay, who are you thinking, James? I'm curious.
I'm going to give it to Gallagher for that first goal, and he was doing some pretty intense forechecking in the third. I think he imposed himself in many aspects of the game, and I just feel like he deserves it. Like at some point, you just need someone to get that first goal, and he got it. And that first goal meant so much in this series. I believe 6 out of the 7 games, the first goal predicated the winner. So
Yeah,
you got to give him the second star for that.
won't
And the
argue
third
with
star
that.
can be a team star. Everyone can share that, but it was, maybe Gus or someone who just, man, that blue line was solid tonight. I don't know what else to say. Petrie was wicked too.
Petrie, yeah, I was just thinking of him. Evans too. I'm seeing in the comments. Evans is really good tonight.
Yep. He was playing hard, and everyone was playing hard. Yeah, all you could ever ask, even if they lost the game, you could go say everyone played their ass off.
I'm curious, either of you. I saw some comments before about Anderson, because I know he was. I don't know. People were commenting about him in previous games and stuff, and tonight he missed like a couple good chances. It seemed like Paul Byron made a really nice saucer pass, and it just fumbled, which, I mean, it happens. But then he finally crashed the net for the first time, it seems, in this series, which is like his powerhouse move or power horse move, and I really like to see it, and it almost created a scoring chance. And I'm just he didn't really do that in the other games. So I was thinking what you guys thought about his play in general, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I was like watching it, and I think he could have had the chance and opportunity to, go for it. But, it happens in the game, and I don't really blame them for under like all the stress. It's definitely different, but I like him. He's good.
Yeah, he's good for sure.
That's awesome. Kim, thank you so much for calling today from California. I'm blown away that, you guys are watching the game out there. I love it. Thanks again for your support of the show and for coming on, helping us, sharing this moment tonight. It was fun to have you on. And with that, I'll wish you a good evening. We got Joshua on deck.
Thank you. I just want to say
Kim.
also,
Oh,
sorry, I was just gonna say thank you guys so much for like the Habs tonight. I follow you guys all day, every day. You guys put out such amazing content, and I told all my friends like it's just amazing. You guys put so much work into this, so you guys deserve such an amazing platform. So thank you guys for that.
Wow, thanks, Kim.
Aw, thanks, Kim.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Oh, and just like that, Josh and his beautiful, luscious
Hello.
beard is here on Habs tonight. How you doing, man?
I am doing pretty good. I'm so friggin' pumped about the game. It was a great game.
The worst ways to spend a Monday night, right?
Hey, it was a great night, and it was just it was a little nerve-wracking getting into the game, but we started off good and kept the game rolling. So couldn't get over how awesome that game was.
I gotta ask because I haven't asked anyone this question yet. How did you feel after that first period? Because Steph and I were discussing that first period it was not, I wouldn't say disconcerting, but it was really hard to make, any case for like who was going to come out of it, and then something.
I don't know. They were on, like I said, they were being very cautious and not wanting to make too many mistakes, like the last game with was it Marner throwing it over the glass. So I think they're just being cautious, trying not to make too many mistakes. But it was a good period. Both teams were on it, and Terry was just. I can't say enough. Like I got my Price jersey on, and
Yeah.
he's just unreal. And they played with a lot of heart tonight, and they came back. And I was a little nervous when they got down, but they brought it back and they did a good job. It was a great game.
Yeah. And did you have a second star? We've been kind of asking, other than Carey, not to put words in your mouth, but definitely there's consensus in my mind of one is that he just gets but someone else stand out tonight that you thought, wow, that helped us get over the hump here.
Probably, man, that's tough. Everybody was playing hard. Man, I don't know. I'd probably say probably Perry with the goal. But Caulfield, people have been saying a lot about how good he is, how good of a shot he has, and how he can score. The passing, his passes the last 3 games, tape through traffic sometimes. He's just unbelievable player, and I can't wait to see as he gets older how much better he can get.
For sure. And that one play there, sorry, I forget who passed it to Caulfield, but then he passed it back to Petrie. And a lot of people were like, oh, he should have shot. Maybe he should have shot. But he has that hockey IQ. Like, that was a really nice pass. Petrie had a really good shot, and it just tapped off Campbell's glove. But yeah, his passing and his passing smarts is incredible.
Yeah, it was very close. I said that at first too. I'm like, oh, too many passes. He should just shot it.
Me too.
It was a great pass, and Petrie it was so close. So
yeah,
it was good.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah, very good. So I just can't believe we beat the Leafs, and I kind of feel bad for them too. You could see them after that second goal went in, their whole bench was just deflated. So, I feel bad for the Toronto fans because if we would have lost, we would have been feeling the same way. So,
I keep thinking about all the Sportsnet writers. I mean, not to blame any of them. All of them picked Leafs in 5, 6. Eric Engel said 7, but it's so nice to just prove all of them wrong.
Yeah. Especially
there's some strong words for Craig Button from our own Dale Weiss at one point, a few games ago.
It was when he said that and I watched that interview, it was like, and I've liked Craig Button before. He's a good analyst on there, but when he said that, it was like, have you watched Canadiens at all this season? They've been okay.
And have you seen Price play ever in a playoff series?
Right. Carey Price is always the X factor. So he stood on his head this series. He was amazing.
No, that's it's a fun moment. I'm glad you're enjoying it with us. Any final thoughts heading into the next series, Joshua?
Next series it's going to be tough because Winnipeg, like I said, they swept Edmonton, so and they're a fast team. They're fast like us when we get on the rush and stuff. So it's going to be a hard battle, and hopefully we can win it. But like I said, all the other teams, I'm watching Boston right now, and that series is unbelievable. So there's a lot of good teams that if we do beat Winnipeg, it's going to be tough to get to the cup. But I have faith in the Habs, and I think we'll be all right. But I appreciate you guys letting me on the show, and been watching you guys ever since the start when you started up the
nice, man.
show on YouTube, and great content, and you guys are awesome. I appreciate being on.
Thanks, Joshua.
Thanks for calling.
This only happens when we have fans come and join, and we're all fans, right? So I really appreciate that. All right, man. Yeah. Well, you have a good night. Enjoy the victory, and we'll see you on the next post game.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Go Habs, go.
You too.
So, Stefi, I need you to do me a quick favor. I need you to sizzle our French programming, because there was someone on here asking if we have French programming. They didn't say it that politely, but maybe just maybe just, I know you're in Montreal and I'm sure you speak great French, but we do have a French program, and can you just sizzle it for a second? Because you'll say it a lot nicer than I will.
Autour de la Ligue.
Yes, thank you. So every Monday, Nick and Shayne, who was on previously, who's also a very fluent French speaker. We have French programming on this program. We also try to incorporate French as much as we can. With their interviews, we had Pierre Parenteau on a few weeks ago. We had part of that interview in French. So if you're coming here, it's bilingual as much as we can. Appreciate it if you're not getting as much French as you'd like. Is primarily English, but we do have many French speakers and try to promote diversity of linguistics on Habs tonight. So hopefully that answers your question. I know it wasn't as probably what you wanted to hear, but John, you're on the show. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, snuck up on you there. Sorry. Bonjour. There you go. There's your French content.
I'm actually in Toronto, and I'm a Leafs fan, but I actually like this live stream. It looks pretty cool. I discovered it Game 6, and I was like, oh, let me just stick around, and here I am.
That's okay. You know what? Like, the one thing we don't want to be is this, clique of like it's a hockey community more than anything. Like, obviously, we love the Montreal Canadiens, but we'd love to have fans come on and feel like they're not going to get attacked or be, made to feel bad for liking another team. That's okay, because we interview players from different teams. We have people interact with us who are paying attention to other teams. That's cool. Like, I appreciate why you're coming on, and so maybe just tell us from the Leafs perspective how you're feeling, because it must be pretty tough.
4 times Game 7 loss, so I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words, but what to do? Whoop-de-doo. I do, however, enjoy watching hockey in French, and no matter what game. So, but as for the Leafs tonight, I have no idea what's going to happen next season. I'm really at a loss.
Were you feeling a comeback there in the second, third?
No, I was not. After the second goal, it was like, ugh, it just felt weird after.
Yeah. They did seem very discouraged, but
yeah. So what do you guys make of the Habs going forward? They seem pretty good. But during the season they weren't they were a little on and off. The Leafs were on a high.
Yeah.
That's all you, Stefi.
Okay. No, that's very true. Obviously when it was 3-1 Leafs, I wasn't very optimistic at all. So it's pretty crazy that we're here right now. Going forward, I think as long as Price stays like healthy, as rested as he can be, the short breaks they get, that's going to be our key. I know in previous playoff rounds, it's when Price gets tired or hurt that like anything goes wrong. So that's our key, and just like keeping with the way our D's playing. Like, obviously as you go further, you get more injuries, you get more tired. So it's a hard road ahead for sure. But I mean, we're just happy, I guess, to move on against Winnipeg.
It's funny. I was thinking I'm on a Habs live stream. My first ever hockey game I saw in person was a few years ago at the Bell Center versus the Leafs.
Wow.
I have family in Montreal, and I actually made the trip there and watched that. I never even went to go see a game as a kid, or even the Gardens, even then. But yeah, some reason always, and I have a lot of Habs like scarves and all, so it's something with the Habs that always draws attention to me, probably because of the red.
So are you gonna cheer for Winnipeg or the Habs?
I am gonna cheer for Winnipeg.
That's fair.
But after that, I have no idea how this playoff series is how this playoff structure is going to go. I'm so confused.
Yeah, is it James? I don't know.
I have no clue.
Because they're gonna meet the U.S. teams, after next round, obviously.
I don't think there's an answer yet. I honestly don't think they know what they're going to do.
It's in flux, right? It's not It's not even written in stone. I think.
No, they need to get the help from the federal government to allow border crossings, and we'll have to wait and see. John, we got a few more callers tonight, but thanks for being the brave soul to come on tonight and share your.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry for your disappointment, but
we apologize.
I enjoy your live stream though. Keep going. Thanks, you,
John.
Thank you.
All right, we got a return caller here. We got Jonathan. How's it going? How you doing tonight? Feeling good?
I'm doing incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just got home, after, being at a friend's house, and I got to shove it in his face a little bit. But yeah, I can't even describe it.
Well, I mean, you came on the other night. Momentum was building. We felt like we had a chance, and here we are. What's going to take you and your faith into the next round? What did you see tonight that's going to keep you excited for Habs hockey?
I think it's something that actually started the game before, and that was scratching Tatar in favor of Evans. And I love the Tatar trade. I thought it was a great deal. We got Suzuki as well, but he just hasn't been playing the way we've wanted him to. And I think Evans is someone that, he doesn't put up numbers, but he plays well. He's a really unsung hero. And I think that putting him in the game in favor of Tatar was a great choice. And I think that going forward, that'll help us a lot, especially the next round.
Yeah. No, so you think there'll be a few more shakeups in the lineups? You think the lineups are going to get moved around a bit more?
I think we have almost our final. I think the only change I could possibly see would be putting Romanov in, but I'm not sure who they take out for him. I don't know what hand he is. I could see them taking out Sherratt maybe, but other than that, I think we have our lineup for the next round at the very least. And if we get past that, which, that remains to be seen.
Right, what if Lehkonen gets, when he's 100%, do you think he comes in, or they just keep Evans? And
that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Do we have a timeline for when he's coming back?
He was practicing this week. I think he was kind of a game time decision tonight. I don't think they were going to change the lineup, but he'll probably be good to go for Winnipeg.
Honestly, I don't think we should take Evans out. I do think that putting Lehkonen back in is a great idea. I have loved Lecky for a long time, but I think Evans has just been playing too well. You get a guy when he's hot, when he's playing well, you don't want to take him out of the lineup. You want to keep him in.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should take Evans out, no matter what.
Okay, very fair.
Nice. Yeah, and then I think I don't want to belabor it, but I think Drouin's definitely done for the playoffs.
There's been no word.
Yeah. So I think we got our crew, unless there's a raft of injuries or something. But any final thoughts before we bring on the next caller, Jonathan?
Just super quick, just to elaborate on that or go further, I guess. I think the question now is: have we seen Drouin's last game in Montreal? Is he going to come back at all? And I think we have to also ask that question about Tatar. You scratched him for 2 playoff games at the end there after he wasn't playing well. Is he going to come back? Or are we going to see him back? So I think we, obviously, focus on the next round, but that question's just kind of in the back of my mind. Have we seen the last of them?
Yeah, we know Paling's coming up, and you always look at. I mean, I don't want to get too much in the off season. I haven't looked at the situation too deeply, but yeah, I mean, you bring these guys on for a reason. It was the same stuff that was being said about Stahl coming into the playoffs. Was, if you're not going to play him, then why the hell did you get him? Why'd you give him
exactly?
And here we are, and he's contributed. I think some people still have some doubts, but here we are. We came to have a victory and let's go in the second round. So whoever you got did a good enough
against
job.
all odds, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. All right, Jonathan, appreciate you calling in again, and good to see you again. And please enjoy the victory responsibly, and have yourself a good night.
Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, you bet. Anytime.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.
All right, we got another Hamilton caller right here. I know Anton. He's a longtime viewer. Hey. You must be really happy, Anton.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Just as soon as they pulled the goalie at 3 minutes left, I knew they were screwed.
Yeah, it's usually a sign that things are not going well for that team, right? But so you obviously you've been watching these games religiously. Like who did you see tonight that really, and maybe even the series that you went, oh my God, like other than Carey Price, did you have a few players or a player in mind that really made you go, opened your eyes to, the possibilities of what this team can do? Anyone you want to pump up right now?
Kotkaniemi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like what can you say? Like that, the overtime winner in Game 6, we wouldn't be here without him.
Dale Weiss would agree.
Yep. No, Dale was again. He was predicting a few things that came true. I guess that's what happens when you kind of actually played with a lot of these players. You kind of know what they're capable of. What are you looking forward to in the next series, Anton? What's sort of your prediction?
It's going to be a goalie duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Haldenbach's going to be a very difficult goalie to get the puck past, but these guys, they've been working hard all year, and I think they're up for the challenge.
Yeah, no, it's based on this, when you can win 3 games straight against a pressure cooker series like this against a team that kind of kicked your ass for most of the regular season, it's sort of, your confidence is just through the roof, I'm sure. And again, we talked about it earlier in the show, but managing minutes, managing energy, being able to take that I guess velocity that you had in game 7 and taking into a game 1 against a team that's going to be super well rested, but also really well coached. We haven't talked about Sheldon Keefe, Paul Maurice. Like, these are good coaches, and they're going to have game plans. They're going to have had time to plan for either the Leafs or the Habs. And, Deschamps and his staff have some, thinking to do and prep to do, and not much time. So that's going to be a huge challenge. That's going to say a lot about what these guys can do.
Yeah, Deschamps definitely has this work cut out for him. And it's going to be tough series to win.
Yep, absolutely. Sure. Anton, any final thoughts before we let you go tonight?
No, I'm good.
You are good. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us again, and thanks for being a longtime viewer and watcher. Yeah, and again, we'll welcome new callers. We got people that have been on, a handful of times. Subscribe if you like this content. Please hit like. And just join us for this. Obviously, we've got another series ahead of us. We're going to do pre-games, post-games. The Habs tonight team, we got a deep bench. People like Stefi and Nick, who was on earlier, and Shayne, and obviously Dale Weiss will be on this week as well, doing some more of his knowledge sharing of what he's seen. Yeah. I think we got time for a couple more callers, Stefi?
Sure. I was just thinking, with what Anton said, it's obviously it's nice winning when basically no one thought that the Habs would win this series. So now we're going in against Winnipeg, and our confidence is up. And now it's like, no, I'd rather just prove everyone wrong again. Like, now I'm nervous.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess you're kind of playing with house money now, right? Isn't that sort of the mentality? Is that maybe the team is a little tight going into the first series? There's a lot of questions about the long-term stability of the organization, from the GM down to the coach. I would assume that we talked about this like months ago now, but I think that victory has sewn up some jobs in the club. 100%. The trades worked out, the goalie's still good, and the young players were amazing. So, like, you can't really argue against that, can you?
They were setting it up for playoffs, so I guess if it's working, then
100%.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Corey, you're on, bud. How you doing again?
How's it going?
Hi.
We're doing well.
Great.
How you doing? How you feeling?
Big win. Feeling good?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's again, we've asked everyone this question. It's redundant, but who did you like other than Carey tonight? Who helped us get over the hump?
You know who really stood out to me was Sherratt. He played a really solid 60 minutes, and there wasn't one point in that game where I looked at him and I'm like, oh, he's not playing too well. I had full confidence in him tonight. And even Edmondson there, he was a -1, I think, but he still played a solid game as well. 2 underrated acquisitions by Bergie for sure.
Very true. Just seeing that comment, it was a shout out to Armia too for his birthday, but also he played pretty well tonight. He had a couple shots and chances that could have slipped through easily.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes the bounces just don't go your way when you take the shots, but he definitely took a few shots at the net there, and like you said, a few of them could have went in.
Yeah.
No, that's right. You just mentioned Bergevin. His suit was money tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice suit there. I was over at my parents' place watching the game, and I went into the back room to grab a Coke or something, and my dad's yelling, "Come over, look at this," and I go over, and there's Bergevin walking in with his bright red suit. But that was nice.
Yeah, he was peacocking a bit. That's what they call peacocking.
Yeah,
and I think you know, he kind of knew maybe that all eyes were on him a bit. If this game worked out, he's kind of sticking around. If not, maybe there's some issues that we discussed.
Yeah.
But
well, what do you think? Like, where does Toronto go from here with their management? They can't succeed in the playoffs at all. Like they're built for the regular season. They're a decent team on paper, but once it comes to the playoffs, they just every year it's like they get outplayed. You know, it's simple. Just outplayed.
It really doesn't make sense.
No, Stefi, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, yeah, go ahead.
No, I think Dubas is on the block. I think I don't want to pontificate too much, but
they just seemed untouchable during the season. Like I can't wrap my head around it. How do we keep Matthews and Marner off like that well?
Yeah, well, Deneau did a heck of a job all series against them. Like he shut them down every game, night in, night out. Like he did a really good job. And I had my doubts with him throughout the regular season. He wanted all that money and stuff, but at this point, like it's looking like you might just have to pay him kind of what he's asking for and move on. You know, he did a really good job all series.
Yeah, good point.
They kept them to 1 point, the two of them.
One goal, I think.
Did they even I don't even know if they must have had a few assists or so, but like
it was all
to keep them to one goal.
Kerfoot, like
Spezza too,
yeah, Spezza. It was, and obviously feel bad for Toronto. It was a huge loss with Muzzin going out, but still, like injuries happen, and we were still able to shut them out. So
yeah, well, that's the exact reason. You know, like you see teams that are built for the playoffs, and Toronto just kind of doesn't seem like one of those teams. They have all these high end talent, but look what happens when Tavares goes out. Look what happens when Muzzin goes out. The team looks like it falls apart. So
no, and I mean, Foligno is about as good a pickup as you could construct for them, and you still end up in this situation. And I don't want to talk too much about the Leafs. I mean, I live in Toronto too, and we're going to have a lot of chats in the neighborhood about it. But it's just one of those things where, again, I don't want to throw too much sympathy their way. It's their own construction, it's their own hubris, whatever it is. But you know, that roster is Loster. it's locked. It's kind of locked, right? Like there's no cap space, and the goalie situation is pretty curious at this point. What are you going to do, right? Are you Campbell? Is he really?
Well, what happens come expansion time? Is Campbell exempt, or is he exposed?
Yeah.
Because I guess they'll have to expose one of him or Anderson, right?
And is Anderson gonna next season? Yeah, is he gonna? It's true.
Yeah, and that's the same can be said for Montreal, right? Who gets exposed at the draft for them? Like it's gonna be tough. I think there's gonna be some tough choices moving forward, but Bergevin seems to have it under control.
Better not be Price.
Yeah. Well, I guess he could be. No, he can't be exposed. I guess because of his no move clause. But Weber, Weber could, Drouin could. You never know. Like I don't think either of them would. To be honest, you know, if unfortunately, I think it might be somebody like Allen.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. He's one of the biggest reasons why we're in our position right now too. So.
Oh, for sure.
He was a great
for sure. I think previous years we would have fell apart if we were in that same situation without him. So he helped us out a lot.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, there's still more hockey to be played, so we don't have to make these decisions here and now.
Not just yet. Knock on wood.
No. And Toronto does, and they'll do what they do. they'll have unlimited resources, and they'll have unlimited, people in the back rooms figuring stuff out. But I don't know. Maybe
players
just,
ready to sign there, and
overthinking stuff maybe a little bit with the Joe Thornton. So I don't know. Like you just go, and try to do things that just didn't pay off. And again, a lot of their players played well. I mean, Kerfoot was awesome. Hyman was hurt, I think. Muzzin, man, when they lost him last year, the same thing happened. There's a domino effect in their D core, and you just, them the breaks, right? And their core is still super young. Like Nylander showed real promise as a playoff performer this year. And,
he was killing it. He did really well.
Yeah, I'm glad he kind of got that.
News too with Tavares. He's back practicing with the team. I was happy to hear that. It looked really scary when it first happened, and like almost to a point where you were wondering, could that be a career limiting move there, right? Like it looked really scary, but I'm glad to see he's back practicing with the team.
100%. We're all thrilled that he's okay. And
Yeah.
actually, I mean, obviously we didn't mention his name once, but just a brutal injury at the complete wrong time. You know, it's your captain. You lose him.
Yeah. We would have rather beat them with him in the lineup.
Yeah, for sure. Would have felt a lot better.
We'll now have our chance to play a pretty healthy team with a lot of other top six that's ready to rock. So.
Yeah, well, it's two polar opposites. Montreal coming off a Game 7 against the team that just swept Edmonton, so it should be interesting.
Hopefully, they're too rested if that's a thing. They're out of it. They're out of the hockey.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to my parents today. Is like you never know. Like they could be too rested and have too much time off and not be in the groove again, and Montreal could take advantage of that.
They're just brain dead from playing too much Fortnite or something.
Yeah. No. He's in Columbus now.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, Corey. We're getting to the home stretch of our show here, but thanks again for joining us. Thanks for helping us get near the end of our show, and also enjoy the victory tonight. Thanks again for your thoughts and insight on this.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I'll drop in next time. Next win again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have Abraham online. I'm not sure until I see him in the stream here. Here, I'll bring Abraham in. Abraham, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Good. Thanks for coming in tonight. How you feeling? We're about an hour after the game now. We're had a bit of time to digest it, right?
Awesome, man. It still feels unreal. It feels like a dream come true. Like we actually beat them, and not only that, the curse remains. They're cursed for life, indefinitely. That's it.
We extended it.
That's it. They can't say nothing now. Every game, guys should have seen the comments. Every game, they're like, "Oh, we'll get them next game at home. Oh, we'll get them in front of their own fans. Well, next game." And then I'm just waiting to see Dangle's video. Dangle's gonna flip his shit, man. I feel bad for him, man.
Yeah, we did see Scotian was on there with Dangle today. Good to see the YouTubers getting. Like that whole thing with Dangle is genius, I think, from Rogers, just to get someone who's got a, grassroots following and passionate fan. And just that's what we do. Right. And you start to realize, like, I see you got the flag in the back, and this is where a lot of the fans are after games, and you might as well incorporate them into your broadcast and bring them into the mainstream discussion, because, this is, it may not be as clinical a dissection as a Kevin BX, third or second intermission, replay, but the passion that the fans have, it's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So who were you loving tonight other than Carey?
Carey, most definitely. I would definitely say Evans. Evans had a really good game, solid. And Armia also. Armia has been good with puck possession, to be honest. He's good with defending the puck and getting some quality shots for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Any other thoughts heading into the next series?
We're gonna get those Jets. Those Jets, they're cold. I'm telling you, they're more than rested. They're cold. They're rusty. We're gonna get them. Price is literally like no one can touch him right now. Like he's in a different headspace. We're gonna get the Jets too. The Habs have always been an underdog team, and they've always been underestimated. So let's see where it goes. But I believe in them.
100%.
Very well said. Yes.
All right. I think you're the perfect last caller for tonight's show. You brought the heat. I love it.
Yeah.
It feels like a dream.
I hope you're right. It
feels like a dream, guys. That's all I'm going to tell you. It still feels unreal.
Completely agree.
Legit.
It's a good feeling. All right, Ibrahim, thanks for calling in. Where were you calling in from tonight?
From actually, I used to live in Montreal. I'm in Toronto, actually.
Cool. Right on.
It feels good out here, with all the saltiness.
Yeah.
Loyal to the soil from day one. I'll never switch on my team. Ever.
Never.
Exactly.
No, you can't.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah, you bet, man. You take care, all right?
Enjoy the victory.
Right. Yeah, thank you too. Yeah, for a Monday night, you can't go too wild. I guess some people got kids going back to school tomorrow, and some of us have jobs. Believe it or not, Habs tonight, Stefi, is not our job, right? We don't actually do this.
It's not. I wish it was.
Yeah. I kept up. I love BX too. I was not digging on.
I
BX.
love BX.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's actually awesome. We just don't have the time.
He's one of my favorites. Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I honestly wasn't prepared for like a whole other series of these stress levels. Like it takes everything out of you, like the stress from the game. But I'm ready.
We'll be ready. We'll end the show on that note that we are ready. Habs tonight. We're going to have tons of great programming. We've got interviews with Dale Weiss coming up. We've got the team doing pre-games. We've got post-games. We've got our French content on Mondays. We've got Crushing Cans, which is our, I guess, our sociable show. It's Brandon and Derek Weiss doing just that, crushing cans of beautiful beers, talking about sports. We cover other parts of the league. It's not just the Habs. And again, if you're first time on this channel, or you just caught us at the end, and you like this kind of stuff, if you love the Habs, hit like, because that's what we do and helps our channel, but also subscribe. Like I said, Stefi, we've got tons of great content coming. I'm feeling a little emotionally and physically drained from this show and from this evening. Any final thoughts?
Wednesday's right around the corner, and I'm excited. We're ready. No time for a break. Go Habs,
exactly.
Go. Pretty much that.
Go Habs, go. And for anyone that was on the chat today, especially those who kept it nice and respectful, we love you.
Leafs fans too. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Dangle, our heart goes out to you. We know you love your team as much as anyone can love a team. And it's shitty when you lose like that. I know as a sports fan, you just feel rough, but you'll be back. And, hopefully you can cheer for us then for the rest of the series coming up. And from the Habs Tonight team, I'm James, and that's Stefi. Thanks again for watching. Have yourself a good night. Enjoy the victory, and we'll see you soon.